Hi guys, it's Tom and Dan here, back with Game 2 from the Crawley City Championships, Top 8. As in the first game, we saw Tommy Roberts get completely rolled by Jak. I can't think of any other way to describe it. Tommy just simply couldn't get set up. It's the trouble with locked decks, some degree, is you sometimes just can't set up because of the small HP basics, like Oddish, who has only got 40 HP, and sometimes you're in danger of just being overrun by, well, decks like Six Corners that hit Oddishes for 40 damage and then next go hit for even more damage, so it's even harder to set up behind.
Yeah, lucky that he lost both his Oddishes very early in the game, but at least Tommy gets to choose to go first this time.
Yeah, well, that's going to help him a lot, I think. Going first in this format is unbelievable. There's just so many advantages to going first. I mean, you just get everything down a turn before your opponent, and if Tommy can actually get set up, then he'll be in great shape just to establish a lock, hopefully. But that's one of the best starters Jak could have hoped for with regards to going second, knowing that anything he puts down is going to take 20 damage straight away. That's lovely.
Yeah, I think that's the usual tech for the Chandelure matchup, but it's going to be helpful here to get those early damage on those Oddishes.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. What Jak might have trouble with is getting Pokemon in the Lost Zone. He doesn't want to Lost Zone loads of Pokemon.
Yeah. It looks
that
like
is
actually forgotten to put the damage on the bench, which is interesting.
Yeah, it just goes to show that the best players in the game, like Tommy here, #1 ranked in the world, obviously can't remember to do simple things sometimes. People just forget. Oh no, he has remembered. I stand corrected. No, he must have heard me. And so, I think this is an interesting turn for Tommy. He's got quite a lot of setup on the board. Since he's going first, Jak can't actually knock out an Oddish, I believe.
He with some crazy catcher, because now it's got the 2 damage on it. It's open to outrage KOs. So if it has switch catcher, dragon, double colours or something like that. But he has got 2 Oddishes down this time, so you're going to have one left.
Yeah, and it doesn't. The 20 damages on those guys don't really matter past turn 1, 2 anyway, because it's either going to get knocked out by a Kyurem, Glaciate, but 2 of the babies down there will get knocked out by virtually anything anyway, so it's not really relevant.
Just Eeks.
I think he gets Dodrio again. But I don't know what else he got apart from the Dodrio. Terrakion.
There's another judge. That'll put Tommy back down to 4.
I'm not sure about Terrakion in this matchup. Maybe... No, I'm not sure why Jak benched the Terrakion at that point. The only reason being...
to train a lock, that's going to be very difficult to get out of the active spot.
I can't see how it gets out of the active spot, and if Tommy brings anything that brings up Pokemon from the bench, then that's going to really help him. Like, there's a Cryogonal, I believe, from the...
I think it's 1 water and it brings up anything from the bench.
I think I played that in my Vanilluxe. I know that it was really useful to have for some matchups, but in this situation, I think that if Tommy did actually get out a Vileplume, the Cryogonal would be really useful in this matchup.
Yeah, definitely. So we see a communication. If he doesn't get see what he gets.
It might be going.
He's got rare candy or not.
I don't know what he's going to get at this point. It seems
Vanilla.
He's going for the rare candy Vanilluxe. Has he got a rare candy? I don't know why he would not go for the Vileplume if he had a rare candy.
No, he's got
both of them. Oh my word! Oh dear, this is a turn 2 Vileplume. Oh no, he just passed.
No, passed. It's interesting.
I guess... I don't know, actually. This is interesting. Oh, and Jak's just double drawing at this point. It's kind of interesting, because Tommy's finally got down that Vileplume, which is key in this matchup.
Yeah, now he can take his time to get the rest
Tyrogue?
of the setup. Tyrogue. I believe he dunked with that in one of the rounds.
Wow, I can't believe. This might be to some people, everyone's thinking, oh, Tommy Roberts playing Vanilluxe. This seems like an unusual deck choice for someone that's #1 in the world at the moment. The truth is, I think Tommy's so far ahead, I think he wanted to play Vanilluxe in this tournament just for fun. And he has managed to get to the top 8 with,
I believe that's
which
true.
is
I think this was the tournament that got him to #1 as well. These two these championship points he gets from the playing Vanilluxe got him to #1, so
well, that's a feat in itself, to be honest. It's a fitting tribute for the ice cream Pokemon. I don't know what Jak's strategy is going to be at this point. I would aim to just do the same as last game, to be honest, to take cheap prizes, but the problem is now that Vileplume's down, and it's going to be...
And he's missing those energy drops as well.
I don't know, exactly what... It's kind of interesting. I guess how it really does depend how the flips go. If Jak can charge up to Kyurem manually and use Glaciate twice, that does threaten pretty much everything in Tommy's deck from one-hit KO range. Sorry.
Yeah, what to do.
It does depend if he can just charge up. I think that's exactly what he's doing, though, because then he'll take a prize on the Victini as well in 2 goes, and also you'll be getting cumulative damage on the Vileplume, which is also going to be good. I mean, if he can get... he will still have to get 4 Glaciates off to knock out that Vileplume. I don't know if that's even possible. But I think 2 Glaciates will put him in a solid position to knock out a great deal of Tommy's deck in one shot. I guess that might be why he played the Terrakion down, so maybe he can attack with it later and just Land Crush to roll through everything.
Yeah, it could be, because he could just... If he even gets 2 Glaciates off, it'll put him in range of either Retaliate or Land Crush.
Exactly, yeah. The only problem I see with Tommy's field at the moment is that he has a Pichu and an Oddish down, and those 2 cards aren't really doing anything anymore, and they just are pretty much prize liabilities.
Yeah, because with the Cleffa as well, those 3 will go... Well,
these 3 will go down in 1
prizes, yeah. From the out Glaciate, 3 prizes straight away.
If it does depend if Tommy does actually Eek again. Because if Tommy Eeks again and Jak does get off a Glaciate, and well, the Cleffa stays asleep and he knocks out 2 bench from behind the Cleffa, and the Cleffa still stays asleep, that could be interesting because Tommy won't be able to do anything with his turns apart from, have his Pokemon knocked out.
I think we kind of hit a stalemate here. We just draw cards, eking, double drawing. Both players just trying to get as much out as possible before the attacking begins.
Tommy has had to Eek again, though. Oh, a judge. And that doesn't help Tommy's position with regards to not Eking again next turn, because I believe he drew a couple of energy off that.
He had a rescue and a few waters, I think. So if he doesn't draw energy off this, he's going to be forced to Eek again. There
we go, and there's no energy. Oh, there is an energy. Is there an energy? There is an energy, of course there is. There we go. Tails. He's still asleep, though, which is great news for Jak. That's great news for Jak.
Jak has the energy next turn, then a Glaciate could be coming Tommy's way.
And he's awake, so that's 3 prizes. I don't think Jak's going to pass that up. I don't think there's no way. 3 prize lead in game 2, there is no way he's not going to take that.
There we go.
Oh, wow, another judge, and there's no Cleffa. Oh, wow, this is...
I think Tommy didn't Eek that turn as well on purpose, so... Wow.
This is not good at all for Tommy.
So it'll be 3 prizes down, no Cleffa to refill the hand. He'll have to waste a turn Tropical Beaching if he has to. And that's 3 prizes for Jak in one go. That's what Kyurem does. That's what everyone wants him to do in the long run, is to take multiple prizes in one turn. And Tommy won't be able to use Vanilluxe's attack because he hasn't got the energy for it at the minute.
So that means that Jack's going to get yet another turn of glaciating off.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's definitely not good if he manages to get down another Kyurem and transfer some energy before that Kyurem gets knocked out, because if he gets off just one more glaciate, that Victini's dead.
Yeah, exactly. And his Vileplume would be very close to KO as well.
Exactly. Everything on Tommy's side of the field just doesn't look good right now.
Looks like he's been forced to Tropical Beach. We'll see what Jak does. He probably just load some more energy
in play in general.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
He's taking another prize, and that puts the Vileplume on 80. Oh, I'm not liking. Tommy had not a bad setup, but it was just the fact that Jak just gets up and swinging so fast, so quickly.
Yeah, the constant judging as well doesn't help at all, especially when you're judging away the crucial energy drops and supporters, where he has to force Tommy to use Tropical Beach and waste his turn, so it's just not going well at the minute.
I believe he did hit the double heads from paralysis there, though. I'd love to see a Shaman drop from Jak at this point, just to move the energy off and save that Kyurem from being knocked out. I'd love to see an energy drop. Come on, Jak, show us the Shaman.
Energy or Shaman.
The Shaman would be.
Yeah, it could retreat or Shaman, I guess.
Well, he can't retreat because he's paralysed.
Oh yeah, true.
But the Shaman at this point is gonna conserve all those energy attachments he's built up over those turns, which is fantastic, because as you can see, he's got everything.
Yeah, everything's in range of Terrakion now as well.
Yeah, so I do believe I stand corrected. Terrakion is probably going to serve a point in this game. If I'm Jak, I'm thinking, okay, I send up Absol and knock out anything next go, Lost Zone Sight from my hand, and then Terrakion will hit anything for 90. Because everything's... Oh, except the Vanilluxe, she's going to take 70, but I doubt Tommy's going to retreat at this point. He's going to have to double freeze for a knockout, though.
He's going to have to, I think. Or he could leave it there, but that leaves the risk of Jak having just a double colourless to retreat.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't just leave it there. You can't afford to at this point. Tommy's down to too many prizes. Seems like Tommy's taking some time to think about this. I'm not sure. The benching of the other Oddish seems to me like maybe he runs another evolution line. Maybe something like the Blossom from Undaunted, I think it is it not?
Yeah, I'm not sure
Unleashed.
if he runs it, but...
that would get some damage off the board, and I wouldn't see why else he would bench the Oddish. Unless he wants to get out a second Vileplume.
Yeah, he could... I'm not sure. Doesn't seem a direct threat of another Glaciate anytime soon, so I wouldn't see why you'd need the second Vileplume.
Another Shaman drop and a Kyurem being played would essentially be another Kyurem in play. I don't know. It seems like Tommy has to. If Tommy takes the KO here, he's going to have to take this KO. I think. I don't think he can't. He's just going to get attacked next go whether he likes it or not, I think. Yeah, there's no way. He's in a horrible situation. This is one of the problems with Vanilluxe, is that sometimes if they have something set up on their bench and you're forced to take a KO with a thing that's active, then Vanilluxe is left vulnerable.
There you go, he's taken the Tropical Beach there, so that leaves one double colourless and...
Outrage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all there is to it at that point, and I think that's just sealed the game, to be honest.
Yeah, Jak will be down to 2 prizes. Tommy's not got a Vanilluxe going, a second one to back that up, and Outrage is doing 120. So
Tommy looks like he's actually on his last legs at this point.
Yeah,
it's a shame. It's a shame. Vanilluxe had so much more to give.
He's got another Vanilluxe. I think I saw twins
in
his hand.
The rescue energy is going to bring the Vanilluxe back to his hand that he had from the previous one. So yeah, he has the evolution line there. That's not a problem. It's all depending on it. Tommy has to keep playing down those Vanilluxe in order to stay in the game at this point, and I don't know if he can actually keep up. I mean, he has to take a prize here. There is no question about that. If Tommy doesn't take the prize this turn, he will lose the game.
Yeah, I think that's a given. That QM just has too much damage on it not to. Yeah, he takes the prize.
Ahead. What happens?
See what Jak brings up.
This is kind of interesting. Tommy has recovered it somewhat on the basis that there's nothing Jak can really one-shot him with, which is why Cobalion is such a useful card in 6 corners.
Yeah.
I mean, he can hit 90 this turn with the Terrakian's Revenge, I believe, but
then the
problem is enough, and that Terrakian's going to be stuck while Tommy goes, oh, I think I might just build up another Vanilluxe, and another one, and then they'll never die. And that's the way he's going to take prizes, is by having clean Vanilluxes that can soak up a hit before they go back to the bench. And I'm really interested to see if Tommy does play the Blossom, because that will allow him to heal his Pokemon, and that will help him reuse Vanilluxe from the game. I don't know if he does. I wonder what that... I'm still hung up on that Oddish play, to be honest. I just want to know why he did it.
Yeah. The other thing is, Jak could just keep that Terrakion there and keep hitting for 90. That's another...
but I don't think he will be able to, because he's going to be able to paralyze this.
Unless he's got...
double... Unless he gets quadruple tails.
Yeah.
I mean, that's staying there for the foreseeable future, I think. I think I probably would have sent up the Absol, to be honest, to knock out the other Vanilluxe, or even attack with this one, just so that the Absol will die sooner. Because...
Yeah,
and also Terrakian's...
As soon as the Absol gets KO'd, you could retaliate for a return KO.
Exactly. I think
damage thing. So.
That's the only thing I'd be doing different in Jak's position, because either way they're getting 2 hit, either via an Absol, and then a Terrakion, or a Terrakion, then an Absol. It doesn't really matter which way around, just the Absol will get knocked out sooner. So then Jak will have effectively more attacks. By sending out Terrakion, he's given Tommy another turn, essentially, I think.
Yeah, he's just had to pass that turn, so... He's played a Seeker.
Or maybe...
see what he did there. He Seekered up his damaged Vileplume, which means trainers were active, so he could rare candy it into a fresh one. So that's the mystery of the Oddish play.
Yes, we finally found out. I'm glad that we finally did. I am seriously... Well, there's a head, so I'll just stick it there. Yep, that's perfect. Tommy's actually recovered this game not so badly. I'm quite worried for Jak's position at this point. The Absol, sending out the Absol would have made a huge difference, I think. But he is... Ooh. Interesting.
Conserving energy, I think.
Just so he can Bolt Strike with the Zekrom, which... What I find quite interesting is, without Cobalion, there is no direct counter to the Vanilluxe in this deck apart from Virizion being able to resist it. There's nothing really...
There's pretty much no way they can one-hit KO a Vanilluxe, sorry. So
yeah, exactly, which is why...
They're all going to be 2 shots, unless an outrage for serious damage happens, but...
How many prizes does Jak have left?
I think it's 2 still.
2. Ooh.
So it could end up being a close game, actually.
He's retreating. Oh.
He's going to retreat into his
So is he going to take the KO? I think he's going to take the KO with the Frost... Is it Frost Breath? The other one? He does 2 energy 60? I think... I'm not sure entirely, but I hope it's Frost Breath.
Yeah, I think people forget about that attack sometimes, actually.
Yeah, so many people have played me using Vanilluxe and actually not knocked out my Pokemon because they had to get 2 heads of Double Freeze and they could have just Frost Breath for 60 to knock it out. Yeah. And it is Frost Breath, I did just check that, just to make sure I was right.
But you could have Paralyzing one instead, so...
maybe he needs another turn to build up a third Vanilluxe. That's the only logic I can see there.
Could be, yeah, because he's had to discard the energy to retreat, obviously, which included a rescue, so he's not going to be able to recycle them as quickly.
Can he evolve? If he can evolve that one. Oh, he's Oaks. He's Oaksing. This is pretty interesting. I mean, if Tommy can maintain a cycle of Vanilluxe, then I think this is his game, in all honesty.
Yeah,
but if he can't, he's getting quite close, and I think the problem is that Jak has given away one of his main attackers. One of his more valuable. If you likened it to a game of chess, I think he's just given away a more valuable piece than the Absol would have been.
Yeah, and he just would have had more options with the Absol, I think, and a bit giving Tommy less time to react to the.
Yeah, exactly. We react to certain situations. The thing is, Tommy's going to take prizes slowly but consistently. Whereas if Jak had sped up that process by putting the Absol forward and let him take a quicker prize, then Tommy wouldn't have been able to build up his bench in time with that, because the Vileplume limits him from evolving his Vanillite to a Vanilluxe straight away, so he'd have to go through manual stages of evolution in order to keep up.
Another thing he could be going for, Tommy's still on 5 prizes and he's sent up Virizion, so he could just be banking on a very, very long game, and Jak is taking it by default.
I guess if Jak just wants to do it that way, that's a perfectly reasonable way to do it. I can't see why it wouldn't be. All he has to do is take one more prize. All Jak has to do is take one more prize, or a couple more prizes. If he just walls with Virizion for a while, Tommy is not going to be able to take those prizes, and I think
Jak's taken the 4 he needs to
make this game count, which is exactly what he wanted. That's exactly what he wanted. It was to, take some easy prizes, and if it goes to sudden death, then he's probably going to win, because his deck performs better under those conditions.
Juna put all those trainers away. Yeah, Tommy's only doing about 20 damage a turn, so that's going to take a very long time to KO just one Virizion, and he's got 5 prizes still to take.
Unless he's planning on decking Jak out.
Oh, that is true.
But, again, that is a wild strategy.
Either way, this game is going to be very long, I think.
Seems like it all depends. If he does miss a double freeze, if Tommy misses this reflip, though... he has! He actually has!
That is game over.
He's just gone, that's over. Oh, unbelievable.
No paralysis
I guess the bolts
means... Yeah, no paralysis means Jak can just retreat, bolt strike for KO.
Victini has to fail at some point. Law of averages can't... I guess it just had to go that way, but that's the trouble with luck-based cards like that. But it was...
4 tails in a row does happen.
Tommy put up a valiant effort.
Can lose games.
Yeah, exactly. But thanks for joining us, guys. We have more content for you soon. Hope to see you soon, guys. Take care.